Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. All right, today is the big day for Rick and Maya. First of all, I need you to do me a favor actually and hit that subscribe button, and then I'll get into it. Now, the first thing we see is Rick, and him and Maya are being pretty cute. They're exchanging texts. She's upstairs getting dressed. He's downstairs waiting for her. And then we see Nicole come in, and Maya confesses to her that she's wanted to be a bride since she was young. And in the living room we see Brooke and Eric, and they get together with Rick, and then Bridget shows up and she's absolutely ecstatic for her brother, and Eric teases Bridget that she needs to move back to LA. Now we see Julius and Vivian, and they show up, and Rick introduces them to his sister. Now Bridget ends up catching up with Zende, and then Katie arrives, and guess who she's got with her? She's got Bill, shock of all shocks. And Rick sees him, and he tells him that there's no way, he better turn around and get out of here. But Bill actually makes a case to Rick that he's not there to ruin the wedding or anything like that. He's actually there to apologize. And Rick figures that Katie put him up to it, but Bill is saying no, that he respects how they handled everything that he basically lobbed at them, and he wants to tell Maya how he feels. Now, after that, we see Brooke and Bridget, and they're talking about how they're both single, how they ended up single. And then Nicole comes downstairs, and Zende tells her that she looks amazing. He's blown away by her. And then we see Eric with Nick. He meets him at the door, and we see Carter as well. And Carter's actually relieved for the first time that he's not going to have to perform this ceremony. We also see Rick, and he tells Maya that they've got company. He goes upstairs and tells her this, and once she knows it's Bill, she says no. But it doesn't end up going that way, because Bill does get a chance to come in, and he wants Maya to know how really and seriously, truly sorry he is. And Rick gets a kick out of the fact that Bill admits that he's not sorry that he sold a bunch of magazines, but he regrets not asking Maya for an exclusive to tell her own story. And Maya shocks him by saying that, yeah, the attack was cruel, and holding on to anger won't help. So she actually accepts the apology, invites him to stay, and she does one better. She says maybe even she'll give his readers that exclusive that he's looking for, so they can get her version, and not the tabloid version. So after this, Rick tells her, once they're alone, he tells her how proud he is of her, and that they know everybody deserves forgiveness. After that, we see Nick, and Julius is bugging him about golf again. This is ridiculous. But he does get to visit Maya, and she gushes about being a bride. She loves it. And after that, downstairs we see Rick and Eric, and they're having a bit of a moment together, so it's really good to see. And then we see Julius again. He's over by the punch bowl, and he's asking Zende about his interest in fashion. I mean, this guy is such a creeper. And at that point, Nicole is absolutely mortified, and Vivian basically yanks him out of there. This guy is such a meddler. And then she also reminds him about hanging on to those negative comments, keeping them to himself and not spreading them. At this point, she wants to go upstairs to wish Maya well, and Julius says there's no way, he's not having any part of it. And once up there, Vivian gives her her grandmother's bracelet to wear, and Nicole comes in and tells him that it's time. Now after this, Vivian and Nicole get together with Julius, and he's got something to say about this. He says that this is something that's going to take time for him to adjust to, and Nicole doesn't want to hear any of it. She knows it's the negativity coming out, and she takes off. And Julius basically tells Vivian that he doesn't think that the marriage will work at all. In fact, he thinks that Rick can have his pick of any woman he wants, and what is he doing, marrying into a freak show? And Maya's upstairs, and she can hear all of this. Now, Vivian is angry with him, basically grunts to him that he better keep his mouth shut. And then Julius says he'll bite his tongue, and he'll even say and do all the right things, but it's only an act because what's going on is wrong and sick. And he says he can't accept it, and he won't accept it. And you could see Maya upstairs, and she is bawling. And that's where we leave things off. More of Julius is finally showing his true colors, and now Maya can see it. So it's going to be really interesting next week. I want to thank you guys for checking this out. Don't forget to subscribe on social media. It's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Have a great weekend.